Hello, everybody. Welcome to the latest edition of 1 Hour, 1 Brain Cell. If you're listening and or watching at home, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. So go ahead and crack one open with us here. There we go. There it is. Yes, indeed. Let's start the show right about now.
Did you try it yet?
No, I haven't tried it yet. No, I'm wafting. I'm wafting. Smells interesting. Smells interesting. If you're listening to us, what we're talking about is Jordan and I, the Red Bull connoisseurs that we are trying a brand new edition of Red Bull to kick off this show. Today it is the summer edition. It is Karuba Elderflower. Red Bull, the summer edition, the taste of Karuba Elderflower.
I, for one, have not the faintest idea what Karuba elderflower is.
Neither do I. It sounds like
Okay.
like a city in Cuba. Hey, welcome to
Karuba.
Karuba, Cuba.
Karuba. Yeah, all right, fair enough.
All right, so we're wafting. It smells
What's
like summer.
first impression?
Was it?
I think if it truly were to smell like summer, it would just be a coconut Red Bull, because I always associate that with like sunscreen, tanning oil. Like
That's so true.
this has a little chemical smell, and I'm a little nervous, to be honest, because the last time I tried a green Red Bull on the show, I hated it. What do you think?
Oh, actually, you know what? I like that a lot. That's actually pretty good. Very surprising.
It tastes less like chemicals than the other green one.
Yes,
I would
that
not.
one was terrible.
I probably wouldn't pick this up unless it was one of the only ones left on the shelf. But it's fine. It tastes fine. I was really praying it would taste fine because I don't have any other beverages for the duration of the podcast. Like, I'm gonna be stuck with this whether it's good or bad. Like, please don't be gross.
Yeah, remember the last time we did this and you refused to finish? I think it was the green one. You just refused to finish. You were like, "This is
No." Yeah, as soon as we did that, I texted you a picture. As soon as we were done with the show, I took it out to the kitchen, poured it down the sink. It was like, goodbye, good riddance.
But yes, this one I actually don't mind. This one. This one's actually pretty good. It's
No, it's not bad.
very, yeah, it is like very summery. Like it's very like a summer Red Bull kind of. It doesn't. It's got that very like light taste to it that you can drink.
Can I say something that might ruin this for you?
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out what it was. It is, so I was like, it's like if you mixed Red Bull with flowers. You know what I mean? Like the scent of a flower with like the taste of Red Bull. And now it just has me wondering if this is what it would taste like if you like drank a flowery perfume. Because now I think that's where we're at.
Oh no!
Not that you should do that. Don't do that.
Please. No, don't get us sued for the love of goodness.
No, I'm not getting.
You know those kids on TikTok. Those dang kids on TikTok, dude.
Nobody watches us on TikTok. We're shadow banned on TikTok.
But yes, but yeah, I'm saying if TikTok finds out about this being a trend, some idiot's gonna try it and they're gonna sue us for it.
It's okay. TikTok's going away anyway.
Yeah, allegedly.
We're in the end days. Yeah.
We're in the end game now, folks. All right, we forgot to tell you that you're listening to 1 Hour, 1 Brain Cell. Everybody, welcome to the show. Make sure to follow us at OH. Yep. Make sure to follow us at OHOBC Pod, wherever you get your social media, including TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. Still calling it Twitter. It's not X. Absolutely not. Refuse to call it that. I am joined by my co-host today, Jordan, who is currently unable to get a tan to save her life.
Yeah, I mean, if you're watching, you can see the color that I am. It is the same color as my white shirt. That is not a joke, and it does not get better. I am joined by my co-host, the future songwriter for the winning 2025 Eurovision submission from the country of the Vatican, Richie Flores.
Oh, gracious Pope.
It's just Gregorian chants.
Are the Pope. Pope does Pope stuff.
Have you ever seen the guy on TikTok who like he holds his hand up and like shows like the Gregorian chant? Like it just anyway. This week we saw a Reddit post that was like it's like I always, and this is relating to sports video games or stuff where you can like create a player, create a career, create a team. Richie and I have been playing a lot of F1 23, and somebody said in like the Reddit post, they were like, I always choose the Vatican as my country of origin when it's an option, because I don't think anybody from the Vatican has ever done anything remotely sports related, but like that should be an option everywhere, because how sick nasty would it be to have a member of the clergy driving a Formula One car? Or like, I was thinking about this after I read that. I was like, there are so many good play on words that could happen. Like, if you think about it, like if you have somebody from the Vatican that plays for the Los Angeles Angels, like serendipity. The San Diego Padres, serendipity, say they're the quarterback for the New Orleans Saints, who will be like the second best quarterback beyond Drew Brees, but like still, there are so many good plays on words you could have. It's like you hit a walk-off home run, that's the miracle. Angels in the outfield.
Great movie.
Yeah.
By the way, one of my things that I had left on my board here, I need to on your right there.
Yeah, Richie's going for bingo blackout. It took him about 3 months to. Oh yeah, do you want me to just? I'll just go ahead and say it. It took him about 3 months to get bingo. First of all, it took me maybe 3 episodes. It took Richie about 3 months. And then I think it was last episode or maybe the one before, I really just gave up and started allowing things so that he can try and get blackout. And we're allowed in our little recording software. You guys can't see this, but this is just pre-show that you can put a stupid little name, like headliner for yourself for your video feed. And I have co-chair of the brand, Ava Silvacore trademark, which is a thing that Richie and I love, and we send each other. And he actually sent me from the brand account accidentally this week. It was like a tweet, and he was like, Ava Silvacore trademark. And then he texted me and he's like, I sent you a DM from the brand account, the business account.
Oops.
It's like, whatever. That's still our brand. So you can just go ahead and count it.
I'll wrap it up now. Here we go. This is
all right, there we go. Officially, it's getting crossed.
I can't believe it took you 3 months to actually say this on the show, but there it is.
Yeah. Well, we would have got it eventually if we really do make the jeez, I keep hitting the top of my hat on my microphone. I need to lower that down a little bit. If we do make Vatican a thing, which I love, by the way, love that name. It's fantastic branding.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. I'm just gonna. I had an idea this week, so I'm gonna toss this out to you.
You had your first idea. Congratulations.
Not wrong.
Gosh, sorry.
I had an idea. So I've been rewatching Warrior Nun like this week. So I watched 2 episodes into the first season again. And so I had a thought that I'm going to dress up as our guy as a priest. Okay. So I'm gonna dress up as a priest. Okay. So I get the full white collared shirt, right? Slacks,
well, it's usually a black shirt, but are you talking just about the little collar strip?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. I was like, we need to make sure this is accurate here. You know who you're talking to.
Thank you. And I just want to do it for the simple reason I just want to go around to random people and say, peace be with you.
And then you'll find out whether they are devoted to the church or not based on their response, because this is like a John Mulaney bit, but it's like and also with you versus and with your spirit, which is like past versus present. Anyway, church rhetoric, church etiquette. Yeah, so Richie's winning the costume contest. We can just put that out there far in advance.
Because if I grow my beard out a little bit, I kind of look like one of the characters a little bit. Like I have little glasses, get the beard. I just don't have the gray hair. Oh, look at my hair, Jesus Christ!
Whoa, it's like an electric shock. We could do what is it? It's like that temporary like hairspray, like Halloween hairspray. No, that's a thing.
Can you imagine if I'm just walking around? Let me bring it up here. Hang on, I'll bring
up. Or we shave your beard and we get you a fake beard from the costume store, and then you can color it whatever color you want. I did that once. I had a fake beard. I was Leonardo da Vinci for our school, like present a person, like wax museum thing. I painted the Mona Lisa.
Da Vinci? I think I can pull this off. Look at that. See? That's not. Look at that.
Yeah, I think you could. We just need the hairspray.
Yeah, he's just got some gray in his beard. So if we just
need the hairspray for Father Vincent. Yeah.
There you go.
All right.
Although ideally I'd go as the Pope and just go in the all white robes and everything with a hat and like, oh my God, that'd be perfect.
The little hat though, I can't take it seriously. The little hat? No. Hey, if you really grow out your hair, if you go back to long hair, Richard, you could go as Eurotrash Jesus Adriel.
Oh yeah, dude, I don't have enough time for that though. That's the thing.
That's not until February. You got like a year. Girl, we can get you some hair extensions. Put some tracks in there. You'll be good. Yeah. A wig. It's gonna be a wig.
Dang, see, if only I would have known this before. I could have just kept my long hair and I could have pulled it off. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna run out of time. I have like 7 months.
I won't tell anybody.
That's not enough. Yeah. That's not enough time.
All right. Start working now. We'll see how far we get.
Oh, we've already gone off the deep end on this show, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that wasn't even on the topics. It's fine. That's how we roll here.
I was just proud of ourselves that last week we got exactly an hour.
We did, yeah. I was so excited to look on the Spotify and have it say 1 hour. I sent you a screenshot of it. I was like, it took us 19 episodes to keep it to 1 hour, and it's been in the show name since day one. We're not good at this.
All right, let's move into our topics finally, for the love of goodness. Hope everybody enjoyed the Met Gala this week. That was a thing that happened, and it's always glorious because Jordan and I, being the fashion icons that we are, love to tune in and check out what's going on at the Met Gala. Check out all the looks. The looks, spelled Lewks.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the Met Gala as much as we enjoyed sitting at home in our pajamas critiquing all the outfits. Like in sweatpants in my house with a box of pizza, and I was like, he's not even on theme, like texting Richie. It's like, Jesus. Whatever. Invite us and see what happens. I would love to put an outfit together. I would.
Challenge to the fellas out there, okay? Challenge to the fellas. No more boring ass suits, please. I know that's your big platform here, so I will second that motion.
Yeah, I feel that's a universal platform. Like, I don't care who you are, even if you're Chris Hemsworth who showed up. Like, no boring suits. You can do a suit, but do a suit that's on look with the theme. There were some of those this year. The theme, by the way, for those of you that are not as online as we are, the theme was the Garden of Time, which obviously some people took very literally and showed up dressed in flowers. Fine, I guess. But the short story that it's based on, just real quick for the people, is like it's about Count Axel and his wife. It's a short story from like, I think it's literally like 1926. It's old. Count Axel and his wife, and they're rich and wealthy, and they have this big property, and they have this garden, and the garden is like, it grows magical flowers that have the, capability to change like perception of time. And they're all up there in their ivory tower, and there's an army approaching, which like we don't really find out what it's for. It kind of feels like revolutionary or whatever it may be. And there's an army approaching, and so they start picking the flowers to slow down time so that they don't, invade and overrun them. And then eventually, like, obviously they run down to their last flower. So at, surface level, it's very like, you can be rich and powerful, but downfall still comes for all of us eventually. And so people that took like a more literal stance on it and blended some of the flowers with some of like the decay and the wither and advancement of time and stuff, like really did a great job. Things that were more on the nose, like, here is a bed of roses, you're like, okay, awesome. Did you read it? No. Like, also, half the responsibility is probably on the stylist for this. It's like, I know that you weren't really picking these things yourself. Like, you probably got final say, but get a sense of the source material. But yeah, no boring suits for men. That's stupid. Add at least an accessory that like goes with it. We can talk about the boys first. We'll talk about the guys because some of them did a really good job.
All right, let's see what I got bring up here. I
got some photos here.
I have show and tell. Okay, here we go. We'll start with let's see. Let's go this down this way. Oh, here we go. We'll start with this. We'll start with him. We'll start with
here.
Boz.
Oh, our boy Boz. We've talked a lot about Baz Luhrmann and our love for his films on this show, that they're just like totally wacky and crazy, but also somehow really good. He did a great job. This is a suit without being a really plain suit, and it's also kind of on theme. Like, this is giving me sort of like frozen in time, you know what I mean? Because it's very like monochrome. So it's got the flowers from the garden and stuff, but there's something about it that is less natural. I love that. And it's a great color on him, by the way. This is a look for him.
I like it. I like it. I could not pull it off, but it looks good. Looks good on our boy Boz there. Okay, so that's numero
you never
uno.
know until you try. Wonder how much that costs, by the way. More than both of us.
I don't think any of us want to know.
Yeah, no.
There we go. There's our boy Coleman Domingo. Look at that.
Oh, he is okay. He's always on brand. He's always on theme. This is, I mean, he's got the prop, right? So he's got the flower prop, but then also like built in on the lapel there looks like sort of a bouquet of flowers. He also had an after look that was just as good too. There's something about this that's combining the florals with the darker side, the decay, like in the black. It's very well done. He's not afraid to really make an impact, like, ever on the red carpet. Coleman Domingo is always well dressed. He did a great job.
Oscar nominee, I think. Coleman Domingo. All right, let's see. I think I have one more that I have pulled up here of the fellas. All right, let's see. Where are you? There you are. All right. This is also one of the better ones as well.
Oh, Sir Lewis. We would, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is not our brand if we don't talk about Sir Lewis. He did a great job. His I wish I had his transcript up of what he had said exactly for his inspiration behind the look, but it was something along the lines of like the first black gardener in his story, and he had a poem inscribed on the inside of his jacket as well. Like, there is very much a cultural appreciation that went into this, and a really nice and well thought out angle. And his earrings are little flowers, which is great as well. The jewelry, the accent jewelry, like all of this head to toe is very well thought out. But it doesn't, this is another point, is like it doesn't have to be over the top to still be really nice. Very classy, very on theme, still put together. He wasn't covered in flowers. Like I think we could talk about like Dan Levy was there, and his was more on the nose. Like he had a black jacket and then black pants that transitioned into a floral pattern at the bottom. And obviously that's much more on the nose, but still like two different ways to execute the same concept and do a really good job of it. So yeah, Coleman, Boz. I had also called out Damiano from the band Måneskin. He's not afraid to do a little sheer suit moment. That was great. Bad Bunny, Benito. Bad Bunny looked really good. He was like essentially Count Axel himself. And then Wisdom K, who I believe is a model, showed up in this all red, kind of frayed, burnt, charred ensemble, and it was amazing. And then also, like, you take a bold color like that, it doesn't all have to be black and white for the men. So well done.
All right, let's move on to.
As I act like I know anything about what I'm talking about, by the way, like we are not qualified.
Did you notice I haven't said a word because I don't know I don't know what the hell's going on here. So they all look great in my opinion.
You sent me so much stuff.
It's true. Yes.
You did.
Because
you're mostly like making fun of you're making fun of Barry Kogan the whole time, pretty much. In the Willy Wonka ensemble.
Willy Wonka ass outfit from Barry Kogan.
The velvet Barry Kogan suit, yeah. Also, can we call out the Challengers boys that showed up? Because those were like not great. I think we were all hoping for more.
Yeah, I agree.
Mike looked like he forgot what pants he was supposed to be wearing back at the hotel. It was like the cream pants with the black suit jacket and then that big turnip on the lapel. We were like, hello? Anyway.
Speaking of challengers, that was a great transition because I think the winner of the night, in my opinion, Zendaya, of course.
Obviously.
Look at that.
Obviously.
Yeah.
This is excellent. And also she had an after look as well. Like she had two stunning. I also think they said that she was like a co-chair of the event. So leave it to her to actually do the research and come up with the thing. She had like a hummingbird on the one shoulder as well. But this was so well done and fully committed to the bit, had the pose, had the look. It was so well done. We are so proud of Zendaya. She crushed it. She was really early on the carpet. Yeah.
Yes. I have the second look from her as well, which is just as good. Here we go.
Yeah, it's important if you're like going to show up early.
Look at that.
Yeah. Yes, it's
perfect.
It's perfect. I have nothing else to say. It's perfect. It is.
The year of Zendaya continues.
No, she is. She's unbeatable. She was unmatched, honestly. There were like a couple of other standouts from the women's side, but really I don't think anybody came close.
My other favorite was this one.
That one, yeah.
Some beekeeper ass.
Yeah.
Going on.
Some of it is giving beekeeper. Some of it is giving like a butterfly net caught on branches. I see the vision. I really do. And she looked gorgeous. So like it's, we can nitpick all we want about the actual outfit. She looked great. I thought this was, it was also a new take. I like the people that show up with the elaborate like headpieces and the props and things and commit to the bit. It's like maybe it wasn't
the best.
Nope. Yeah.
One of my favorite parts of that outfit. One of my favorite parts of her outfit was when she was taking pictures with Kim Kardashian, I believe, and And anytime she would move, she would just smoke Kim with this massive ass beekeeper
Yeah, it was
like
so funny. They
headpiece.
had her doing an interview at the top of the stairs, and it was like there were like 4 people up there, and anytime she turned to look at somebody, she would like poke them in the eye with the branches. It was so funny. I can't imagine. I think that probably when they got inside, that had to come off immediately, because that's just not like that's a hazard. You can't have that on in a public space. Like the waiter
Mm-mm,
that leans
mm-mm.
over to give you your food and is like bonk like straight
Mm-hmm.
straight into the top of it.
Can we, before we move on, one
Mhm.
last thing on the Met Gala?
Mm.
What is the Met Gala even about? What is it for? What is it? I don't understand a lick of it. I don't under. I
It
don't under. Do
is,
you know? Do you have it on the
it's an
top of your
excuse.
head?
No.
I don't.
Yeah, I do know. It's an excuse to remind all of us about the cinematic masterpiece that is Ocean's 8. Um, no, it's the Met, and it's always the first Monday in May, which is like a thing. But the Met Costume Institute does a big exhibition every year, and it's always a certain theme. And they usually pull pieces from their fashion collection that are, um, memorable or historic, or like some in some way they're important, and they assemble like a big exhibition and a collection of them. And this is like the opening of that exhibition. So when I went a couple of years ago to the Met, and the current exhibition was um, Heavenly Bodies, which is it was like the Catholic impact on fashion. And that was also the theme of the red carpet that year. So that was the year that we got Chadwick Boseman in that really nice suit, Blake Lively in her really good ensemble. Like most people just showed up in a bunch of things adorned with crosses, but it was like the exhibition was how the church has shaped fashion. And so that was the collection. And this is just like the opening, the grand opening of the collection every year, coincides with the Met Gala. And it's just an excuse for celebrities to get all dressed up.
$75,000 a ticket.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane, bro.
Yeah.
That's insane. All right. Well, I learned something new because
Mm-hmm.
when I was following along, I didn't see anything about explaining what the hell this exactly was about. Side note:
Yeah. So
Ocean's 8,
the
terrific
exhibition,
movie.
yeah, so good. The exhibition this year was Sleeping Beauties. It was something about like reawakening fashion. So they took all these old pieces that were like too fragile to display, essentially. And that was like the theme of it. Is it's you wear it once or something, and then you can't ever wear it again. So it was these really fragile pieces that they had to restore that were memorable in some way, and they displayed a bunch of those. So but there's a separate, important to know, there's a separate theme of, at least this year, the theme of the collection and the theme of the red carpet were different.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like some people maybe missed that memo this year or got those two things confused or whatever it was. So there was a little bit of a disconnect. Whereas like the year that it was the Catholic Church, like everybody showed up on the red carpet in church attire. Hashtag
Mm-hmm.
Ava Silvacore.
Hashtag Ava Silvacore. All right. I think we're good. I think that's it for the Met. I think.
I'm
We
good
can
with
move
that.
on here. Mm-hmm. How was you went to see our favorite drag queens this week,
I
Trixie and
did.
Katya,
I
live and in
did.
person? How was
The
it? I
Bald and
was
the
jealous. I'm
Beautiful
glad you got to
live.
go.
It
Mm-hmm.
was so much fun. It was really crazy though. I tell you, I've never been in a place that had so much stuff happening at once, because this venue has two like theater spaces in the same building. So there's like a one room that's smaller, that's for, the littler shows like this, and then there's one room that's like a bigger auditorium hall. And so this was going on at the same time that Portugal the Man was in the other room, and it was like crowded. It was so crowded. And then there was also a basketball game downtown, so leaving was a nightmare. And it was, traffic was crazy, but it was so cool. It was concert week was the promotion, so I got $25 tickets, which is why I ended up going, because I initially hadn't bought them because they were expensive. And we will not shout out the company that is about this, but concert week is a thing, and you can get deals on tickets. And the people around me also were, I think, in on the concert week deal, because they were talking about, like, can you believe how much we paid for these seats? I was essentially like, halfway back in the center on the floor. Like, it was incredible. And some of the people around us were paying $100 for a seat, minus $25. Also easy being one person, because you can just show up whenever you want and sit wherever you want. It doesn't matter. They were so funny. The room was in stitches the entire time. Like, I had the most fun. It was like the best stand-up comedy you've ever seen. And I mostly just enjoyed seeing how much, like, their demeanor has rubbed off on, like, me, or even on, like, us on our stupid show. Like, it's very reflective of the media that we consume, which is these two jokers, because one of us will just go on this borderline manic tirade about a topic with no clear start point on the story, no clear end point on the story. And the other person on the side is just like watching, nodding along, like a taxidermied version of themselves. And that was like the entire night. It was just one of them would go off and the other person would just be sitting there watching. And like most of the time with Trixie, she's just like sitting there watching, looking vaguely horrified and kind of looking around for a camera like she was on an episode of The Office. And it was so much fun. So I won't give away any of the bits of their set, but I think they're going to put it out on something. I don't know if it's going to go on Spotify or what it is, but usually, because it's like a live taping of the podcast that they do. So you can look up The Bald and the Beautiful. Fair warning, not safe for listening to loudly in public. Just putting that out there. I mean, if you watch any of the other stuff they do, but yeah, use headphones or listen at your house. There were 0 jokes about congressional representatives in the theater, which I was very disappointed about. I had the over under at 1. Yeah, I had the over under at 1. I was like, there has to be at least one. We're in the theater, which was a thing. But Katya went on a whole tirade at the end about big water. It was hysterical. There was, and it was so funny too, because they spent a lot of the time dunking on the Midwest. And Trixie eventually had to be like, listen, I'm also from the Midwest. Like, I'm allowed to say this. She's like, do you guys really get excited about the Indy 500? And people were like, yeah. It's like, okay. But it was very funny. There was one point in time where she like got up. She's like, can I get a pinhole spotlight like right here? And went up to the edge of the stage and had the microphone and was like, I dreamed a dream. And we're like, no, we're not actually singing that. But she's like, can you imagine if I just like Anne Hathaway'd out here on stage? Very funny. Unscripted. I don't know how they ever get those two idiots off the stage for their time limit, because it felt like they could just keep going forever. We were most of the way through the night. Like, it was probably about an hour and 45 minutes into what's supposed to be roughly a 2-hour show. And they had just gone, like, they had a thing with questions and a thing with talking points. They like had this little bin on the table that had questions in it. They were like, we literally haven't gotten to any of these yet. We've just been talking for the last like hour and 45 minutes. It was incredible. I would so recommend it. If they're your brand of humor, even if they're not your brand of humor, they're your friend's brand of humor, ask if you can tag along. They're funny.
I think I was listening to, and Trixie was on with Muna on Gayotic a while back, and they were asking Trixie. Trixie was like, "Our crowds have like changed a bit because," and Trixie was like, "Yeah, we get a lot of straight guys at our shows now because of the popularity of which
sure, yeah,
is so damn funny." And it's so true. Here's my PSA to the straight folks who are listening.
all 5 of our listeners.
Yeah, go find. It's okay to have a favorite drag queen, folks. It's not like especially especially Trixie and Kayak, because they're funny as hell.
They're so
damn
entry
funny.
level. Yeah, they're so accessible to the general public about being funny. Or like, I don't know. Watch Drag Race. You might like it. It's fun.
I actually have never seen a single episode of it, but
really, I really think you would like it. Although Drag Race now is very different than, and they were talking about this too, like Drag Race this season is very different from what it used to be back when they were on the show.
Yeah, I don't. I think it's part of me that just doesn't. I'm not a big reality TV, trashy TV person.
That's so fair.
I think that's why. Yeah.
I got really obsessed with. I don't know if you've heard of the show, but it's called Face Off. There was a period of time in high school where, yeah, but not the movie called Face Off, but yeah, the makeup one. That's so fun. Like they would get like a special effects makeup challenge every week, and it would be these people that like make monsters for Universal or for movies or motion pictures or TV, and like these prop masters, and they would go in and do this special effects makeup and costuming, and it was, you get like a challenge every week and you have to make a thing about it, and it was usually these really complicated prosthetics. I got addicted to Face Off in high school, and I feel like Drag Race is like a version of that, except less horrifying. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't have the horror genre to it, but it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, I actually I used to watch I used to see promos all the time for that show because it was on Sci-Fi. I used to have a couple shows on Sci-Fi to watch all the time. All right, let's move on here. Let's pay our condolences, ladies and gentlemen. This is a sad day on the show, kind of, as we say goodbye to our sweet friend. No. Can you say you can't, no, a drink is not a friend. A drink is not a friend.
It can be. A drink can be a friend. For how much I like Red Bull, a drink is a friend. You see this back here? A drink is a friend.
Jordan just pointed to her 24 cans of empty Red Bull behind her.
There's 2 back there. They're themed. Hold on. This is staged for the podcast, but I have Max and Checo can and Max can. They're there for a reason.
Anyway, so we are saying goodbye to the Panera Charged Lemonade, discontinued.
Affectionately known as the Panera Death Lemonade.
Yes.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace. We had one really good episode. We had one really good episode where I got a Panera Lemonade and lost my mind, which I think was like, what was that, episode 4 or 5 or something? And I still think it's one of the funniest ones we've done to date, because I felt like my bones were going to come out of my body. So I understand why they're discontinuing it. But like, I don't know, if you have a tolerance to caffeine, it's no big deal. If you think it's lemonade, that's an issue. Because if you start drinking it like it's lemonade, that's going to be too much caffeine.
Says the people who are drinking Red Bulls on the show right
We're
now.
Sampling.
So goodbye. Goodbye, sweet prince. Panera Charged Lemonade.
Yep.
All right. We also need to mention Eras Tour 2.0. Mother Taylor.
You're
was on
honestly
stage.
more on this than I am. I'm just gonna let you run with it. I haven't really kept up with it that much.
Oh wow, really? I'm pretty sure she's on stage like right now as we're recording.
I think she is. Yeah,
in Paris.
Because it's like, I think it starts at like 1:30, 1:45 Eastern for us folks on Eastern time. So it's like properly the middle of the day. Yeah. I just haven't been watching.
So, I was, when her first Paris show, I was like messaging you constantly, like, Jordan, it's Tortured Poets time, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so the big deal about this, ladies and gentlemen, is number 1, we got new outfits for quite a bit of the sets. Number 2, she changed up the order. Yeah, except for Reputation. She changed up the set list and the eras in which she played them. We got a combined Folklore Evermore set, which was cool. And then
I
we also
guess.
got the debut.
I guess it's
No,
cool. I know that's fine, but I liked when they each had
no
their own
slander,
moment.
no folklore slander
No, I'm
on the
not slandering.
podcast.
I'm not slandering. I love those two albums. I just thought it was better when they both had their own section to give them the love and appreciation they deserve, because God knows Evermore doesn't ever get a shout out.
That's so
That
true.
redheaded stepchild, Taylor forgets that she exists. Anyway,
Facts.
go ahead.
Facts.
And we just took out Tolerate It.
And
just like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just axed. Fine, I guess. Whatever makes you happy, Taylor. I missed you crawling around on the table like a cat and knocking things off.
We also got Tortured Poets for the first time, and like it's like I sent it to you. It was like there's a part of it that's like very Moulin Rouge-esque. That's what it felt like to me. It felt like you were watching like a Broadway play or Broadway musical of Tortured Poets. That's like her whole thing. It was really cool. They did a great job with it. We had Zombie Taylor at one point.
Just Possessed Taylor. Richie changed the header on our Twitter to this, and I didn't realize that he had done it until I went in the other day to like make sure our episode was going to post. I was like, when did you do that? But I'm toying with the idea of getting a flag of it and putting it back here just to make like Scary Taylor 2.0. Yeah, it's really something. It does though. It does feel very Moulin Rouge. It's very like the show must go on kind of deal. I love it.
Yeah, and then we got Down Bad, which was there was aliens and Down Bad. Taylor's being abducted by aliens.
Taylor Swift has been abducted by aliens at the Eras Tour. Taylor Swift has been possessed by demons at the Eras Tour. Like the updating accounts were like losing their minds. And I think part of this is because like I'm still foolishly clinging to the hope that I'll get to see her in November here. It's not going to happen. Tickets are $1,000, but just foolishly. And I don't like to know anything.
Why are tickets so much cheaper in Europe than here? Because it's like 200.
I think
you can go for like $200 in Europe.
I think they have rules about resale. At least I saw that someone was saying that about like in Paris, the ticket resale laws are very strict. So maybe that's it. Which
they actually have oversight over this, unlike the United States.
Right. Oh, it's suddenly we're allowed to do that. I was talking with my mom about this, about Billie Eilish's latest tour, because it was like hard ticket cap, 4 tickets for the entire tour. So you can send 4 people to the same night, or you can go to 4 different shows, but no more than 4 tickets. Hard block on resale, has to be for face value, and I believe it's like no transfers either. So I was like, if you have the ability to put these protections on and safeguards on for ticket buying, why isn't every artist doing this? Because clearly it was an option, but like everybody needs to make that an option. Or like the thing that bothers me the most is that official platinum garbage. It's the same seats, but just with demand, like they're able to price them astronomically. Official platinum is rubbish. There are so many more choice words I could say about that, but it's garbage. Okay, please put a hard block on your ticket prices, because we already know we're going to be paying like 25 to 40% of the ticket in fees afterward. Just if you want your upper level tickets to be $79.50, put a hard block on it at $79.50. Don't let them dynamically adjust the pricing so that the front row of the upper level is $139.50. It's garbage.
I agree. Preach.
Anger
in the company who we will not name.
That's your job. That's your job in a couple of months. Preach.
Yes. Peace
it was
be
right
with
there.
you.
It was right there. Ava Silvercore.
Ava Silvercore. All right, let's move on here.
Can we get shirts that say that? If we really do end up there, we need to go spread the word of our brand. Spread the word of our good brand.
Those would be dope, actually. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. We have exciting news soon. Um, we've been working at it. Jordan teased it earlier in the show that we've been playing
Mhm.
F123 incessantly and way too much.
Yeah. Yeah.
wasting away on our couches. Um, we are getting ready to begin our 2-player career mode, where Jordan and I will step in to turn the Haas MoneyGram F1 team into world champions.
Yep. Into both drivers and constructors, if we have anything to say about it. You know, my mom today, I called my mom because it's Mother's Day, which like we'll shout out later in the show. But I called my mom, and she's like, what is the thing that you and Richie yell whenever whenever you're talking about the Formula One segment? And I had to explain Haasy In Bio to my mom, which felt like a real weird way to go about doing that. But now she gets it now. She's with the program, and she's also on Team MoneyGram Haas F1, but that was very funny. She's like, please explain Haasy In Bio. I was like, I would be delighted.
I don't even think we've explained it on the show, which is fine. I actually like it that way because it's more of it's just like an inside joke. Makes it
It's
funnier.
an aura of mystery. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We talk enough as it is. We can leave this one thing unexplained.
Mm-hmm.
Untold mysteries.
Mm-hmm. Untold mysteries. I will say that there's been some debate back and forth between Jordan and I about how high to set the artificial intelligence of the rest of the field in the game, and I think we finally settled on a number.
Yep. We've settled on
So
a
I think
nice
we should
medium
be good to go.
difficulty. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Richie just finished. He finished playing a couple of courses of tracks at a higher difficulty, and I think he can do it. I turned mine up to like 59. I think I'm on like 59 now, which is like that's the border where like 59 is the max on medium setting, 60 starts the hard setting. And I think it goes up to 110, which is evil. You should never do that.
Why does it go up to 110? Why doesn't it go to
I don't
just
know.
100?
The force feedback goes up to 110 too. Ask me how I figured that out. So anyway,
how is your wrist
I
okay?
had my wheel on the table and almost flew off. The and it's not even direct drive, it's just a wheel. Anyway, we've decided on a nice medium difficulty for our championship push. I just finished my first season last night. I only did 16 races though. I don't know if I mentioned that. But I only did 16 races just because it was like an early catalog. I did not cheat. I played full through all the practice sessions, all the qualifyings, all the sprints in a 16 race season. I just wanted a little shorter package. I did.
That makes sense why you finished it so quickly. I was like, how did you already finish a season? It took me 2 months to finish. It took me 2 months to finish all 23
I'm like,
races.
I wanted to see, and I still got through 16 probably concerningly quickly. So I set this upcoming season, we're doing a full 24. So I have it configured properly now. So pray for me. But yeah, we did because I did an F2 season as well, which is different than in the My Team, which I think that's the mode that you're playing. So I played a full 16 race F2 season before my F1 season. So ultimately I doubled down on the pre-race. So we'll see. I think we got this in the bag. But I have never sweat more.
I think so too.
Than doing drivers with a Mercedes behind me in DRS range. I was like, I think I might actually die here. And like you spin out and your lead is gone. Like, oh no. It took one turn too wide and all of a sudden 1.5 second is down to 0.5. And he's like, you look in the rearview mirror and you're like, oh, he's coming. Here we go.
So I think I should be fine, because there are legit out of the 23 tracks, I feel actually pretty good about competing in like half of them.
Okay.
At least
What's
where I
what's
feel
your
like I'm
number
actually.
one? Your 1 and 2 so far.
Let's see. I think in terms of my best tracks,
Mm-hmm.
probably Abu Dhabi, the season opener,
Okay.
right? Or
Oh,
no,
Abu
sorry,
Dhabi
no,
or
sorry.
Bahrain?
That's Saudi Arabia, Bahrain.
Bahrain.
Yeah,
Okay.
Bahrain.
Yeah.
Bahrain. I'm really good at Bahrain. I really like Vegas a lot. And
We talked
then
about Vegas last night.
I raced Coda
Vegas. I
last
like
night.
it,
I'm
but it's
fairly
hard
good.
for me. Coda, yeah.
I'm fairly
Monza.
decent at Coda. I won Monza. Monza's really fast and a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good at Australia
Spa,
as
maybe.
well.
I like Spa.
Spa. I did like Spa as well.
Mm-hmm.
The ones I struggle at the most are the ones that are the street circuits, like
Okay.
Azerbaijan, Monaco. Um,
Those
and then
two are
tuning
deadly, but like that's a different category of street circuit than like Jeddah or Las
yeah,
Vegas.
Jeddah 2. I think
Jeddah's
I
fine.
finished in the points in Jeddah
Yeah,
in my
Jeddah's fine.
second season, so I did okay
Mm-hmm.
there. But like it's the ones I struggle at are the ones where if you make a mistake, you're in the gravel.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the ones I struggle with.
Yeah.
The ones I'm not like Coda, Bahrain, Abu Dhabi, those ones. If you make a mistake, you're gonna go off course, but you can correct really
You're
quickly
not going to go
and
into
then
the
get back on the
wall.
course.
If you make a mistake
It-
in Baku, Monaco, even Miami, honestly, you're going into the wall. That's just the way it
mhm.
is. And you
Um,
can't fix it once you
so
go
yeah,
into the
I
wall.
feel yeah, and then places like Canada, I was decent at Canada. I'm not the
Canada's fine.
big. I know you love yourself some Silverstone. I'm not the biggest fan of
I do.
Silverstone.
But I played Silverstone for like 2 months exclusively because I was too stubborn to buy the game, and then it went on sale for $20 and I was like, "Okay, fine." I like Silverstone. I
Yeah,
like
and then
what's a new one? There's a new one I like. Oh, Paul Ricard in France. I like Paul
I
Ricard
haven't played Paul Ricard yet. Haven't
because
played that
I
one
don't
yet.
think it's on the F1 calendar because they didn't race it this year, but it was on the F2 circuit.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
I had a hard time with this car in my last F1 season because I was driving for Aston Martin, but I had an issue where other cars would catch me in a straight line, but they couldn't catch me on corners. So I liked circuits with a lot of corners leading into a
Mm-hmm.
fast speed straight. But if it was just a lot of fast speed straight, like Imola or even in Monza, I was just getting run down from behind because
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't keep the top speed. So it's hard. Some of these courses are built so differently for a different competitive advantage. So we'll see what Haas is good at.
Yeah, actually
Corners.
driving the Haas at Coda, I really like driving. I drove the Haas at Coda and I had equal performance off. So it
Mm-hmm.
was like legit, like this is what the Haas brings. Like I said,
Mm-hmm.
qualified P4. Ended up doing the sprint race at Coda over 3 laps and finished third in that race.
Okay.
So I was able to finish it before
Podium.
DRS came in, or else I would have been really screwed, ladies and gentlemen.
That's true.
But yeah, I actually like the way the Haas drove. So I'm feeling good. You're gonna race as Nico. I'm gonna race as K Mag. We've already determined that you're gonna be racing for the drivers' championship, and I get to be the second
Maybe.
driver. Hopefully, scoring points as much as possible to get us to constructors in season 1.
I think you'll be fine. I feel really good about it. And I also feel good about the fact that if you crash, you're for sure going to take some other people out with you, and that's helpful for me.
Yes, that's true. In the pure K Mag manner. All right,
Mhm.
3 quick hits before we end the show here because we have 5 minutes left. Brand new edition of Richie's Letterboxd Corner.
I haven't seen this
I'm
yet.
gonna bring it
This is
up
brand
here.
new. Yep.
This is brand new. I saw the new Planet of the Apes movie on Saturday night. Kingdom of the Planet
You
of
know
the
what I
Apes.
saw? You know what I saw about this movie? I saw a trailer for this movie and it had an ape talking, and I was like, I don't need to see this. I've not seen a Planet of the Apes. My dad likes those movies. I have not seen. I saw a CGI ape talking, and I was like, I'm good. I get it.
Okay, so first of all, the
Richie's
original
gonna give it
this like newer Apes trilogy is really good. It's truly one of the better trilogies in the last long time. So
Yeah.
I did not expect much from Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I was like, I'll watch it and see what it is. It's probably not going to be as good as the originals. And I will tell you what, I was shocked. I was shocked at how good this movie was. Like, it was really well done. And I even got some swag. Check this out.
Oh, we got a poster. All right. Love a movie poster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So on the Letterboxd, I gave it 3.5 out of 5.
Okay.
I
not
said
too mad.
all I said was
Proceed.
apes together strong. Apes together strong.
All right. I'm
Which
fine
you have
with
no
it.
idea what that means, but if you see the movies, you would know.
No, it speaks to me as being between a 2.5 and 3.5 star movie, so maybe that feels right. Okay, I'll allow it.
For the record, Scotty gave it 4 stars,
Okay.
and our friend Fern gave it 3 stars. So we're all kind
Okay.
of like.
Yeah, that feels like the right range.
I also like to call out friend of the show Corey, because she learned last night that you can actually do half stars on Letterboxd. She did not realize that until.
Oh, she's been giving it whole stars the whole time. That's so much more difficult. You talked about that. You were like, "Can I give it 4.2?" And I roasted you. I was like, "Absolutely not. That's not how it works."
I want more precision. Damn it.
No, that's what a half star is for. Because I would genuinely have a hard time rating something like that between 2, 3, 4. But then the half is like, okay, that's good enough. I feel like I can comfortably put it in a bin with half stars.
All right, this has been another edition of Richie's Letterboxd Corner.
Great.
2 more things before we go. Go watch Madam Web. It's on Netflix right now, as the show is coming out. So Jordan, you can actually watch it now. I don't think you've had a chance to actually watch it.
No, I haven't. It's been like buy it, and I've been anxiously awaiting. My mom has seen it, I think, before I have. She has it rented from the library right now. And she sent me a picture, and it was Madam Web next to Mean Girls 2024. She's like, your brand. I was like, yes. I don't know if that was supposed to be a dig, but yes. I agree. Our brand here on the show. So no, I'm very excited. I'm going to give it a full review. You're going to see it on my Letterboxd. It's going to get 5 stars just because. I can already tell you that. I was researching spiders in the Amazon with my mom. Yeah, perfect.
I'm excited for that next week. So go watch that. Let's wrap up the show by saying Happy Mother's Day to our moms. My mom does not watch the show. She does not listen to the show, I don't think. So she's not going to get to this part, but that's totally okay. So Happy Mother's Day, Mom.
Arguably the show's biggest fan. Yep.
All right, we did it, folks. We're going to get under an hour again for the second straight week. This is a flipping miracle. I love it.
I don't know what we're on right now, but I would like to continue that trend. We're doing a great job. Maybe it's all the Red Bull in our system.
I think I agree. I was just about to say that. I think the Red Bull has acted as, I know you're not a Simpsons fan, but on The Simpsons, there's an entire episode where they give Bart medication called Focusin, so he could actually focus. And that's
so they give him Adderall.
The Red Bull is basically, yes.
Yeah.
It's just called Focusin on the show.
Right.
And so, so the Red Bull Summer Edition is like our version of Focusin, so we can wrap up the show in under an hour. So let's do that. For my co-host,
no,
Jordan,
I also feel like we're talking so fast. Slow down. We have
40 seconds left.
We have 45 seconds. We're fine. We can leisurely make our way out. We've been talking so fast for the last hour.
We're just we're not even saying anything. We're just talking.
But if we stop it under an hour, it'll say 59 minutes on Spotify. So we have to at least hit 1 hour.
Okay. That's so true.
Yeah.
Right.
I know.
We had 20 seconds of intro time. So I guess you're right.
Okay.
I guess you're right. So
right. I know I'm right.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll slow down now.
Now you
Thank
can go
you,
ahead.
everybody,
We're good. Yep.
for coming on the show and listening to the show and partaking in the show and following the show and drinking Red Bulls with us. You can follow us wherever you get your podcasts at OHOBC Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. My co-host is Jordan. She's right over there. Remember to bring your SPF 70 sunscreen with you wherever you go.
Not WD-70. Richie called it WD-70. One brain cell moment. It's for when you need to oil your lawn chair. Goodbye.